Hey guys, Jarek here, going to be doing some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This time we're doing some team deathmatch on the map is State. I'm going to be using the P90 suppressed and the PP2000 suppressed. My perks are Sleight of Hand Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Steady Aim Pro, and my death streak is Martyrdom, although I don't use it. So the P90, for those of you who have forgotten, or for those of you that have just never really gotten around to playing Modern Warfare 2, it's basically the same as it was in Call of Duty 4, with the exception of some recoil differences. The gun, I may be wrong here, but the gun definitely seems to recoil left and right a lot more than I remember it recoiling in Call of Duty 4. Maybe they did that because they realized that the P90 was basically the best SMG in Call of Duty 4, the best all-around SMG, the most range, not going to say the highest damage, but a really high rate of fire, deep mag, good range, recoil was really easy to manage. It just simply was the best SMG in the game. So I think they took that into account and kind of nerfed it a little bit. But that doesn't really matter too much because this game also has the UMPs, so nerf one gun and another one kind of becomes a problem. That's all I can say about that. As for the PP2000, I actually really like using it, especially when I suppress it. I use it a lot as say I have a gun that I don't want to put a suppressor on, like say the FAL, that just drastically decreases the damage of the gun. So I put a PP2000 with a suppressor on it when I get up close behind all the enemies, and I don't want them to actually know that I'm behind them, because people get incredibly stupid when you put a suppressor on your gun. And you'll see that in this video. I'm running around with the suppressor. I don't really like this map. Okay, let me rephrase. This map is a love-hate relationship. Some games I do really well and I'm kind of having fun. Other games I just absolutely hate it because everyone always goes as a sniper and does nothing else. That's the only thing they ever do on this map, and it drives me fucking crazy. But that's why I'm going SMG and suppressor, because they're always camping on one side of the map and you can get up behind them and kill all of them without any of them noticing until they're already dead. They're pretty damn oblivious since they are sniping. So if you do that, you can have a pretty good time. As you see here, I have a pretty decent game on this map. And these are the games where I'm like, alright, I'm kind of enjoying this map a little bit, despite the fact that I'm basically just actually, let me rephrase that. I'm enjoying this map because basically all I am doing is sniper griefing, because I absolutely despise snipers. You know me. You know how I play games. You know how much I absolutely despise snipers. Snipers in video games usually become bullshit one-hit kill weapons. That's what they usually are. No game really incorporates snipers the way you're supposed to. Actually, let me take that back. There's a few games where I can make examples of that do this almost perfectly. But for the most part, snipers are bullshit one-hit kill weapons, like I said, and Modern Warfare 2 is the golden example of how to do snipers wrong. Snipers in Modern Warfare 2 basically aren't snipers. They're rifles. With the constant, huge amount of people quickscoping in this game, it's incredibly easy to quickscope. And all the weapons are 1-2 hit kill weapons, and I absolutely despise this. That's not sniping, and that's not how snipers should be in games. And I will always hate snipers because of this. But the first example I'm going to bring up of good sniping is definitely Red Orchestra 2. There can only be one sniper per team. As a sniper in Red Orchestra 2, you always feel vulnerable. See, unlike games like, say, Battlefield 3, where you can hide in the back of the map and you are basically completely safe from everything as you're sniping, that doesn't exist in Red Orchestra 2. You feel vulnerable no matter where you are. There's always that tension of I could die at any given moment. Bullets kill you in 1-2 hits. You could also worry about the commander possibly putting out an artillery strike because he's a little annoyed that there's a sniper over there pegging all of his teammates off. There's a lot more thinking involved going on as a sniper, and on top of that, there is bullet drop in Red Orchestra 2. You can't see the bullet, because that's not how real life works. This is why I absolutely despise sniping in Battlefield 3. When I say good sniping, the first example everyone says is Battlefield. That is not good sniping. Bullets do not drop that quickly. Every bullet is not a tracer round. You cannot adjust for your sniping that easily. And like I said, as a sniper in Battlefield, you're basically not vulnerable. You can just sit in the back of the map and be perfectly fine and just snipe all day long. That's something I hate about Battlefield. But in Red Orchestra 2, there is bullet drop. With that said, you can't see the bullets flying through the air. The only thing you really have to go off of is where your bullet impacts on the ground, and you're not always able to see that. And there's a lot of other options as a sniper. Usually you have to play it very, very safe. You have to get choose a very good position near some objective or some chokehold or something like that. Kind of out of the way, but still, I mean, you can still get hit by someone else with a bolt action. And on top of this, you can change the windage of the scope. So there's a lot more thinking going on, and the sniping in that game is actually sniping. You're not going to see a sniper in Red Orchestra 2 running around quickscoping. That doesn't really happen. In fact, you're not going to see anyone running around like that in Red Orchestra 2. That's not the playstyle it has going for it. So that was a long-winded rant about snipers in general. I'm not sure where that came from, but alright, I know where that came from. All the people sniping in this game. This map is kind of sniper's paradise. As I said, as I was talking about earlier, go SMG with the suppressor, going back to Modern Warfare 2, go SMG with the suppressor, or anything with a suppressor, try to get a quiet loadout in this game, and on this map, you are going to do very, very well if you stay quiet. As you see, a lot of the kills I'm getting, they have no idea where I am, they have no idea I'm even there. Even if there's 3 people lined up, I can kill all of them before they even notice. As you kind of notice, I get into some of the games I play. I really do enjoy a lot of games. I guess you could use the term hardcore gamer, although that term at times kind of makes me cringe. You know, I really play anything ranging from shooters to sports games to racing games. I play pretty much every shooter that comes out, and that's why I'm going back and playing Modern Warfare 2, because I really didn't play it back in the day that much. So as any of you know, and anyone watching this channel knows, I play a lot of games. But with that said, I still do a ton of stuff away from the computer, away from the 360, away from the PS3, away from video games in general. So the idea that a hardcore gamer, quote-unquote hardcore gamer, has no life kind of confuses me. And I think it's more of a generational thing, because if you really think about it, my parents, when they get done, you know, at work and they come home, to relax, they sit down on the couch and they watch TV. And you could say they're really into some of the shows they watch. They really enjoy the shows they watch and they want to keep up with it. Well, that's not really what my generation does anymore. When my generation comes home after work, they sit down and they play video games. That's how they relax. That's what they do. And you can still, I mean, let's say you work a full-time job every single day of the week. That still leaves you, you know, 2 to 3 hours when you get back home to play games. You know, assuming you don't have to take care of kids and do stuff like that. You know, you're still going to have time to play games, and that's just kind of how you relax. So, it really legitimately confuses me as to why people assume you play a lot of games, thus you must not do a lot of other stuff. And this comes from a university basketball and baseball player. I played 3 years at Portland State University. I have a ton of interests. I'm one of those people that likes to really try anything that could possibly interest me, or anything that, you know, I may or may not like. I want to take the risk and I want to try it myself so I can have a valid opinion about it, or just say, I had that experience. Say windsurfing interests me, and I live near the Columbia Gorge, so fuck it, I'm gonna go windsurfing. I like whitewater rafting, so I go whitewater rafting. I like pretty much any extreme sport in general, and just like anyone else, I live in Portland, Oregon. Just like anyone else that lives in this city, you were going to go snowboarding. That's just simply something that people in Portland do. People here really do enjoy snowboarding. But to be fair, we have mountains all around us, and we do have Mount Hood Meadows and Mount Hood, the ski bowl at Mount Hood. We have a lot of really, really top-class ski resorts on Mount Hood. So you have options to go there, and you have the resources, and it's fairly cheap, and it's fairly close. So a lot of people here are going to do it, which confuses me as to why we don't have an ice hockey team. Now, ice hockey isn't necessarily giant here, but that's probably because we don't have a team yet. Our biggest sports in Portland and in Seattle are basketball and soccer, funny enough. A lot of people think that America doesn't care about soccer, and that really couldn't be any more wrong. This just depends on what region of America you live in. People here care much more about soccer than they do about American football or baseball. No one here really cares about baseball. And American football, I mean, the Seahawks are kind of doing well in Seattle, so people in Seattle are kind of getting into it, but once the Seahawks start doing, not as well, people stop caring and they stop watching. But if you're talking about the Portland Trailblazers, which is our basketball team, or the Seattle Sounders, their soccer team, or the Portland Timbers, our soccer team, when they're doing bad, I mean, the Timbers fucking suck. But they will constantly sell out every single game. Like, that's just what people care about here. Anyway, that's the end of the game. It went 38-3. Pretty decent game. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.